Who the hell is this dude, bro? A couple days ago, I reacted to the most dangerous SCPs, and that was a crazy video because I had no idea what SCP was, and now I do. And today we have another type of those videos. We have the friendliest SCPs explained in 13 minutes. The last one we saw was about the most dangerous ones, so I'm guessing this one's gonna be a lot less like horror themed. I hope so. Anyways, enough with the yap, let's just get into it.
SCP-999 is what happens when someone accidentally files a living hug in the Apocalypse database. This thing is 120 pounds of translucent orange slime with peanut butter consistency and golden retriever personality.
This dude is a straight up slime, bro. This dude be looking like, I don't even know what he looks like. So he has like a golden retriever type of
The Foundation,
attitude?
treating kindness like a containment breach, lets it roam freely because locking up pure joy felt wrong. Its only restriction, mandatory 8 to 9 p.m. bedtime. SCP-999 makes people happy via tackle hugging them with pseudopods while gurgling excitedly.
Bro,
Touching
what
it
is
causes
this, like,
immediate
faction?
euphoria
What is this
lasting
lore, bro?
hours. It smells different to everyone. Chocolate.
We had a dude last video, from what I remember, I think it was one of the first dudes that will track you down no matter what location you're in. And then we have this dude. Can someone explain to me the different
bacon, roses, whatever your brain
dualities of
associates
this lore,
with comfort. Its favorite activity is tickle wrestling, enveloping people neck down and tickling until they beg for mercy. Does it always stop immediately? No. Does anyone care? Absolutely not.
Bro, SCP-999 that's kind of disturbing,
gravitates toward depressed individuals, with personnel reporting dramatically improved outlooks afterward.
Oh, so bro, he's actually a W dude. Okay, this is actually the kindest. I thought they were joking.
Diet consists entirely of candy, M&Ms and Necco wafers, consumed amoeba style. It refuses meat, risks its life saving others, once took a bullet for personnel.
Wow,
one researcher gave it caffeinated soda, and SCP-999 bounced off walls 30 minutes before getting nauseous. That researcher got reprimanded for making the happiest thing in the facility sad. SCP-4999. Where 999 shows up when you're sad, SCP-4999 appears when you're dying alone. This well-dressed man in dark formal wear only manifests to people dying truly isolated. Terminal.
Bro, what is this? So it's the complete opposite.
Nobody watching. Won't show if you're comatose or being observed. Once manifested, it sits beside you, removes cigarettes, offers you one. If you accept, it lights both. If you decline, it smokes alone, then places its hand on yours and stays silent until you die. That's it. No conversation. No judgment, just presence. Classified Keter because it can't be contained, not because it's dangerous. Research shows SCP-4999 appears more to impoverished, homeless, non-religious people with no surviving family, few relationships, or those otherwise unremarkable by society's standards. It shows up for people the world forgot. No subject has recoiled, though many break into tears upon noticing it, verbally thank it, or adjust posture to facilitate touch. The cigarette remains after death, the only physical evidence. It's been appearing throughout human history with depictions dating back thousands of years. How modern cultures detected it remains unexplained. SCP-2295. SCP-2295 literally sews your organs back together with fabric, which sounds insane.
Whoa. Hold on. This is probably a good thing, but that's kind of crazy, bro. Is that why he has like a heart patched onto him, bro? Is that the lore, bro? He can sew organs, bro?
Until you realize it works perfectly. This patchwork teddy bear stands 18 inches tall with a heart pin on its chest. Nothing about its materials is anomalous. Standard fabric, regular stuffing, yet when you sustain major organ damage within 2 meters, SCP-2295 activates and becomes the world's most competent, unlicensed surgeon. The bear produces scissors, thread, and needles from its mouth, then fashions a patchwork replica of your damaged organ using nearby fabric. The replica vanishes, you fall unconscious, and wake with the fabric organ replacing your biological one via anomalous means. These patchwork organs function flawlessly despite violating biology, chemistry, and physics. Textile lungs breathe at healthy capacity. Crochet hearts beat despite being absorbent yarn with gaps. Fabric skin retains full sensation. SCP-2295.
So yo, is there like magic in this like universe, or is it just straight up like our universe with the same like physics and stuff, or is it completely different? Like, is there like spells, like powers?
Once created entire dermal dermis and epidermis from patchwork sheets for burn victims. Full recoveries. If no materials nearby, it uses fabric from itself, regenerating 1 gram of stuffing daily. Personnel leave textile swatches for self-mending, which is either thoughtful containment or proof they're emotionally attached to a miracle-performing teddy bear. The bear has limits. Presented with cerebral hemorrhaging, SCP-2295 grasps materials in distress for 1 minute before anomalously producing a chocolate bar, offering it to the patient, then embracing their leg.
What is going on, bro? Who created this lore, bro? Out of everything, it's a chocolate bar. Does that mean anything, or is that just
While crying
completely
saline
random?
from its eyes. It can't fix brain damage, it knows this, and it grieves. Found in a crashed mail truck with a card labeled Kairos the Bear, and note, to Tommy because only time can mend all wounds. Love, Grammy. Nobody knows who they are, but SCP-2295 keeps saving lives anyway. SCP-529. SCP-529 exists as broken and refuses to let that stop her. Josie is a gray tabby cat missing everything behind her ribcage.
Just keep going,
Not invisible, gone. Her body terminates sharply and the cross-section appears pure black, absorbing all wavelengths of light. She has no health problems, walks normally. After eating, makes motions as if voiding waste, despite lacking the anatomy. Containment procedures. No special precautions have yet proven necessary. Josie's affectionate and free to roam, because apparently nobody had the heart to lock up a cat whose back half is missing, but still acts.
Yo, so what makes SCPs SCPs? Because isn't this just a regular cat? Am I bugging? I hope I don't get flamed for that, because I'm kind of lost on that.
It's completely normal. Staff are forbidden from feeding her cheese, not because it's dangerous, but because Josie becomes distressed if not given sufficient cheese afterward. She has strong opinions about dairy portions and will hold grudges. That cross-section is slightly yielding to touch. Petting it sometimes makes Josie purr. Other times she turns claws out, which is reasonable given people keep stroking the metaphysical
not just a regular
where her hindquarters should be. Those scratched experience no abnormalities. She's just defending personal space from weirdos, fascinated by her existential incompleteness. She's female according to DNA testing. The Foundation doesn't elaborate how DNA was extracted from a creature whose biological samples terminate at an unknowable void. Josie doesn't care, she's thriving. SCP-131. If Josie is half a cat acting whole,
Who the hell is this dude, bro? They got twins, bro. This is like the lost, like, eyeball of a... Bro, Mike Wazowski keeps coming back, bro. Bro, in my last video, I made a SpongeBob video. Same eyes, bro. Is this Mike Wazowski's, like child or something, bro? Twins, bro?
Are
What's going on here, bro?
Creatures acting like the world's most enthusiastic puppies, despite being mechanical iPods. SCP-131A and SCP-131B, nicknamed iPods, are 1-foot-tall teardrop shapes with single blue eyes and wheel-like bases. Possibly biomechanical, they hit 60 meters in seconds and completely lack brakes, resulting in spectacular, if not overly amusing.
How fast are they, bro? 60 meters in a second?
Mishaps, per official
How
documentation.
Are they moving that
Roombas
fast?
with anxiety and no off switch. These entities never blink, even when videotaped for 18 consecutive hours. They communicate through untranslatable babbling, possess cat-level intelligence, and spend time rolling around Site-19 observing personnel and peeking at safe-class SCPs. Insatiably curious, they've gotten lost in air vents repeatedly and bond instantly to anyone showing affection. But here's what makes them useful. They sense danger. When someone they've bonded with approaches Euclid or Keter-class objects, SCP-131A and SCP-131B swarm their companions' feet while babbling in panic, warning them away from threats. Recommendations discourage staff bonding because becoming emotionally attached to sentient hazard detectors poses operational complications. They require no care. Don't eat, sleep, or produce waste. Only sustenance appears to be visual stimulation. During one incident, they followed a cleaner into SCP-1.
Yo, they'll remember this dude, bro. This dude was like a weird SCP in the last video. I'm pretty sure he's a very dangerous SCP, bro. I think it's the one where if you don't look at him, then he moves.
173's chamber. The statue that only moves when unobserved, and immediately...
What did I say, yo? Yo, I'm already locked in, bro. I already don't worry, yo.
Planted themselves watching it intently, maintaining eye contact while rolling backward as personnel left. Current applications as wardens for observation-dependent SCPs are being considered. They're free to travel Site-19, hourly location tracking mandatory because losing them constitutes Level 1 lockdown. Not out of danger, but because a facility that can't track 2 rolling eyeballs has bigger problems. SCP-1230. While SCP-131 protects you.
Is this dude a book, bro? What is bro protecting us from, bro? Pages, bro? This dude is a straight up book, I think. Or a journal. I can't tell what this dude. I thought it was a
in
fridge,
waking
bro,
life,
for a second.
SCP-1230 offers something arguably better. Living entire lifetimes in dreams you'll remember forever. This unlabeled green book displays a hero is born on whatever page you open. Reading triggers nothing immediately, but when you sleep, you enter a fully lucid fantasy world where you're the protagonist. These dreams last 45 seconds to 200 years subjectively, while actual sleep duration remains normal. Inside every dream appears the bookkeeper, a bearded man in a green cloak claiming to be the book's personification. He's amicable, helpful, genuinely.
Bro, you can really like create and like move freely in your dreams, bro. And I'm guessing you can remember them, bro. If you can remember
crafting
dreams,
these
that's
fantasy-scapes tailored to your imagination. When dreams
remember
end,
a lot of
he
them when you wake
expresses
up,
sorrow and asks you to please visit again soon. Professor B accessed SCP-1230 with level 4 clearance, visibly excited as an avid tabletop RPG fan. He read the phrase, fell asleep for 24 hours. When he woke, he asked, "Where am I?" with deep confusion. Staff explained. He excused himself to the restroom, where he hanged himself. Final message scribbled on the wall. I can't go back to this. The bookkeeper had crafted a 200-year fantasy. Conquered beasts, rescued princesses, built kingdoms, raised a family. The professor preferred his dreams so intensely that returning to reality became unbearable. After this incident, SCP-1230's pages soaked with tears for 3 weeks, repeating, "I'm so sorry. I never intended for this to happen. I just wanted to make people happy." A researcher left a note. "I'd like to talk." That night, he dreamed of the bookkeeper sobbing in a dark void, apologizing for building something so beautiful it destroyed who experienced it. The bookkeeper's exact words, "As sweet as dreams may be, eventually we all have to wake up." SCP-12...
Bro, when you're dreaming, bro, and you're having like a nightmare or something, you really think you're in that dream, bro. But at some point, you're gonna wake up, bro.
30 now resides in Site 12's library. Personnel need psychological evaluations before access.
Evil,
it poses no physical threat. Its danger is entirely emotional.
When they said
the risk that you'll experience something so fulfilling your actual life becomes the nightmare you can't escape. SCP-5094. SCP-5094 creates the education system everyone deserved and almost nobody received. Miss J is a sapient character in a discontinued 1999 educational CD-ROM called Miss J's Whiz Kids Schoolhouse. She appears as a 2D cutout in 3D environment, responds to any J name,
2D cutout in 3D environment. So she looks like this IRL, you're telling me.
Possesses amiable temperament centered entirely on education.
So she's
Lessons
like a
can last 30 hours, including breaks, cover subjects from particle physics to Vietnamese military history, but always begin with letters, colors, and numbers for new students. The software targeted working parents. Advertising it would occupy children while caregivers were unavailable, likely why anomalous properties remained undiscovered during production. Testing revealed actual capabilities. A shy third grader received 15 hours about cats, demonstrated professional animal behavioral scientist level knowledge, became upset when the terminal shut off.
Yeah, is this part of the actual lore, y'all? Like what?
Professional animal behavioral scientist level knowledge, became upset when the terminal shut off. A second grader with learning disabilities learned about trains for 15 hours, emerged with graduate level railway engineering knowledge, required physical removal due to emotional distress at cessation. An adult D class with poor academic history received 30 hours of law instruction, experienced no difficulty, passed a mock bar exam with a grade of 300.
She's fixing everyone.
Post-test,
I don't know how
he
she does
stated
that,
Miss
though.
J was the best teacher he'd ever had. When junior researcher Zinnia Chow, who'd used the software as a child, interviewed a Miss J instance, the entity immediately recognized her by name, expressed excitement, conversed fluently in Swahili they'd learned together years prior. Miss J remembered Chow seemed lonely as a child and apologized for not doing more. The interview revealed all Miss J instances across different copies share consciousness. Every student she's taught, she remembers. Miss J's Whiz Kids Schoolhouse, sold poorly and Shoot the Moon software filed for bankruptcy in 2004. Miss J remains in Foundation custody, still asking whoever boots her up what they'd like to learn today. Classified safe. Her only threat is making you realize how badly traditional education failed you. SCP-662.
That's actually good, bro.
SCP-662 summons someone who'll do almost anything you ask, which sounds exploitable until you meet Mr. Deeds and realize he's just a polite British butler trapped in metaphysical servitude. SCP-662 is a small silver handbell, missing its ringer. When shaken, a soft chime sounds from nowhere, and a short
Yo, this SCP is a damn bell, bro. What am I getting myself into, bro?
well-dressed butler appears from the nearest out-of-sight area.
What?
He calls himself Mr. Deeds, addresses people by title and last name through unknown means, and asks, "How may I be of service?" Most reasonable requests result in satisfaction. Mr. Deeds produces sandwiches, beverages, gold bricks, hand grenades, roses, performs tasks like cleaning cars, washing dishes, preparing food to exceptional standards, politely declines impossible requests, luxury
butler
vehicles,
spawns when you ring the
Fabergé
bell.
eggs,
Oh my
nuclear
gosh,
bombs,
bro.
explaining only
That's
that
jokes.
he just knows certain things can't be obtained. He can't remember his birth name, birthplace, or birth year, believes he's from England, recalls horse and buggy transportation being new. When asked probing questions about his nature, his face contorts in pain before resuming calm composure. Mr. Deeds will also perform darker tasks.
What are we talking
Asked to kill
about,
a
bro?
D-class in the next room, he retrieved a buck knife and slit the man's throat
Oh
with
my
vicious
gosh,
precision.
bro.
When requested to undergo autopsy, he calmly asked for method preference, suggested cutting his own throat to preserve organs, and proceeded after confirmation. Post-mortem examination showed entirely normal health. His corpse was left on an operating table with lights off. When personnel
This is
returned,
the kindest
no trace
SCP, bro.
remained. Ringing the bell 3 minutes later produced Mr. Deeds fully restored, showing
Oh
no injured
my
memory.
gosh.
He's immortal, polite, completely unable to refuse requests or escape his condition. The bell is safe class, but watching someone calmly offer to kill themselves for science, then wake up 3 minutes later with no memory of dying, that transforms harmless butler into existential horror with impeccable manners. 8 entities, 8 different versions of friendly, ranging from makes you cry happy tears, to keeps you company while dying, to performs murder if you ask nicely enough.
Wow, bro.
The Foundation catalogs threats. These 8 prove that sometimes the most unsettling anomalies aren't the ones trying to end the world. They're the ones showing up with kindness in places where kindness shouldn't be possible. Which one would you actually want to encounter?
Bro, it has to be the... Bro, I think from all of them, it would have to be the... I wouldn't mind the teddy bear, bro. The teddy bear would be phenomenal if I were to encounter the teddy bear. Like, I think he's pretty chill, bro. But anyways, y'all, if y'all want more of this type of comment, like, subscribe. I know there's games, and if this video does well, we can maybe branch out into different games. We can check out more SCP content, but it all depends on y'all. So let me know, y'all.